Welcome to the MagiReco News. I'm your anchor, the Razielem, with the Dome of Chrome. Our top story today is that there are multiple top stories. Interestingly enough, 3 top stories, maybe even 4 if you count all of the stuff in here. But there's an absolute avalanche of multiple pretty interesting things that we're about to get. Starting off, there's going to be a maintenance on the 27th. Okay, there's also going to be spirit enhancement unlocks for... Okay, get ready for these characters. We have Konoha. We have Hazuki, we have Ayame, we have Reira, we have Seika, we have Mito, we have Hitagi, we have Hachikuji Mayoi, we have, I think this is Kanbaru. Then we have, I can actually teach you about these kanji right here. These kanji right here in English would translate to worst girl, but I think in Japanese you would read them as Sengoku Nariko. We also have Hanekawa Tsubasa, and we have Oshino Shinobu. So yeah, all the Monogatari girls, thank you very much. The Monogatari girls, all the apartment complex girls, all the atelier girls, they're all getting their spirit enhancement unlocks. Sadly, no gachas for them or reruns. Usually when someone gets a spirit enhancement unlock, they get either a rerun of their event and or a rerun of their gacha. You have none of this for this, so if you guys really wanted to roll for these characters, or if you don't even have, for example, Seika or Ayame because they were the freebies, yeah, sucks. You're not getting them, I'm sorry. Although there might be some reruns of that in the future at some point, and I've actually got something to say about this later, but for now, we need to move on because that's just one of the things. What else do we have? Oh my god, it's Mah Gurl. It's SHIZUKU. Oh, thanks so much. Oh yeah, we got SHIZUKU. 5-star uncap. It's about time. Am I gonna use her? You know what? I'm definitely not gonna use her because she's, I mean, her stats are not that great. I mean, her active and passive are not actually that great. Her active is SE active because I don't think she even had... Did she even have SE before? I don't even remember if she had SE before, but in case it's new or not, her active is just evade for 1 turn, and her passive is just a chase chance, and she has some other nodes in there. I guess I can actually look it up, but the most important part is, of course, that she is now 5-star, that she is gets her doppel. Yeah, she already had SE before. She has a whole bunch of other nodes in there, but yeah, her SE and stuff is actually not that great. But yeah, she's gonna get double now. We're gonna have to take a look at how amazing her doppel is, how amazing her 5-star stats are. I mean, they're not terrible, but yeah. More importantly though, it's about sending a message. It's about sending a message that girls that are really awesome get an uncap at some point, and we can be happy about that. Maybe Rika's gonna get her once at some point, maybe Masara, maybe Kanoko, some other characters, who knows. Ayaka, does anyone care about Ayaka? In case you do, maybe at some point you wish for her uncap as well, but that's amazing. What else do we have? We also have another Mirrors ranking bag. By the way, this happens like once a month. Why does it happen right now? Mirrors ranking bag. Why? Because there's another Mirrors ranking coming up, but more on that later. For now, though, the bag. So we see that the bag has the usual stuff in it, some bunch of materials if you want to get some spirit enhancement going for some characters. It also has the Mirrors ticket itself. What does the Mirrors ticket do? Well, it gives you 2 of any of these characters. Yes, 2 in 1 ticket. I've been told that this was apparently already the case with some other Mirrors bags, or at least the last one. But in case this is new or not, because I've heard some conflicting information about this, if you get this Mirrors bag for 300 paid Magia Stones, it has to be paid Magia Stones, you get the ticket, and if you use the ticket on any of these characters, you will get that character and a Destiny gem on top of that. And if you have the character already, I assume you just get 2 Destiny gems as you usually would. The characters in here are Momoko, Mitama, Yozuru, Surachi, Sayaka, Mami, Kyoko, Kokoro, Ren, and Yoko, I think that is. So any of these characters, if you want any of those, if you want 2 of them with any of those characters, you can get them for 300 paid gems alongside some other materials. If you're looking to get the best ranking possible in Mirrors, in ranked Mirrors, the only one you should really look at here is Surachi, or rather the number 1 choice would be Surachi. And if you've already got Surachi and you want something else, then Mitama would be the second best choice after that. And if you already have both of those characters and want to get this back specifically for ranked Mirrors, then just pick whatever. But if, like I said, if you specifically want this for ranked Mirrors, go for Surachi. She's the queen of ranked Mirrors alongside Valentine's Nagisa, but she's not in here because Valentine's Nagisa is limited, and these are only unlimited characters. But yeah, Mitama is also really awesome, especially if you just do any sort of Magia strategy, even just for other pieces of content. Mitama is also really good. And apart from that, just pick whatever you want. Pick what you like. Moving on though, we have even more news because it just keeps going and going. Every hit of smack, every news important. Reruns is getting a rerun of their gacha. Oh my god, the gays, they're here again. They've come back. If you're an NA refugee and you've been waiting for Reruns, now's the time. Get the gays, get them right now. They're amazing. They're really good at Magia, at being offensive Magia oriented. Their stats, you can see, they have absolutely no HP and absolutely no defense, but they have really good attack, and they're an Excel Gorilla, and they've got really good Magia, and in general, they just boom, baby, hit for billions of damage and kill everything, but just don't let them get hit. Protect the gays, or else they'll just die really fast. They also, they also come with these 2 Memoria. This is a really good Excel Memoria if you are looking for Excel Memorias. But like I said, don't roll gacha specifically for Memoria. Just, you know, roll for Reruns anyway, because Reruns are awesome. Yay! What else do we have? Well, since we're getting the rerun, maybe... Yes, indeed, we're also getting their event. That's right. We're also getting their event right here. The page I write on the Holy Night, I think this one is called. I even have a catching up version that includes this right here. So if you go to my channel and look for the catching up on JP, is what the series is called. There, I think it's even in a specific playlist. You will find a video where I summarized the story of this event. If you want the story summarized, it's pretty alright. It's pretty good. And yeah, it's about Reruns. Yay, it's about Reruns. Woohoo! So this is a double farm tower, meaning you play regular story quests, and then you get an item, Santa Beard, that you give to Santa Mitama, and then you can play the events, story stuff, and you get event drops that you can then put on the event store. You know, regular double farm tower. The reason why I mentioned it specifically right here is because, you know, well, since there is an event running with the Reruns rerun, there's never ever in the history of MagiReco been a point where 2 events are running at the same time. So of course we're not actually getting that here. We're not getting 2 events at the same time. We're getting 2 events at the same time, and this one is called Staring Sentimentally. It's a SHIZUKU event, and this is some people have said it's just a login event. No, this is not a login event. This is an actual event. At least that's what it says in the text around here. The text says that you play regular main story stuff, or just regular story stuff, and you get an item, and then you use that item to play story quest for the event. It's another double farm tower. So basically they describe a double farm tower in this text right here. Unless they accidentally misprinted this entire text, which I don't think they did, this is actually 2 gameplay events running at the same time, which we've never had before, but they're both double farm tower, and I think that's also the reason why, is because they probably have gotten feedback from people that said, you know what, we really hate double farm tower, that we have to play regular story events and then we can play the event quests. So instead they're saying, you know what, if we just do 2 at the same time, when you play the story quests, you're getting the event drops for both events at the same time, and then you can play both of the events one after another, and that's gonna be great, right? Which makes this not a double farm tower, but a 1.5 farm tower, because you farm 3 types of quests for 2 events, so that's 1.5 per event, right? So it's a 1.5 farm tower now with both of these events running at the same time. Isn't that amazing? One thing that people have pointed out is that the text right here says nothing about either a challenge quest or about an extra quest, EX quest, anything like that. So maybe it really is just story quests, but that's weird because we've also, as far as I know, never had an event that just had story nodes and no challenge quest, especially because if this is a double farm tower, what are you going to use all that, all those drops for? Like, what are you going to use all that currency for that you're going to get from your story quest? So I think this is a misprint down here that it doesn't actually mention that there are challenge quests, because I think there would be challenge quests. It's going to be weird without. We're going to have to wait until it goes live if this really was a misprint, or if this really just does have story quests and nothing else. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Starting Suddenly, it's another SHIZUKU quest, which makes her the only low rarity girl that has 2 events in which she is the main character. Isn't that amazing? Oh, the other one being, of course, Whereabouts of the Feather, and this one looks looking pretty good, pretty good. For 3 girlfriends that she has now accrued. Awesome, you're doing great, SHIZUKU. Now, there has never been any point in time that we've had 2 events at the same time. So there's no way we're gonna have 3 events at the same time. That would never ever happen in the history of MagiReco. So we're having 3 events run at the same time because while both of these events are running, we're getting a mirrors ranking. So at one point in time, for a handful of days, we will have the SHIZUKU event, the new SHIZUKU event, we will have the recurrent event, and we will have the mirrors ranking all at the same time on the same day running. Wow, that is... I like that. I actually like that. I like that because the thing is, mirrors ranking is nothing specifically new. And recurrent event is a rerun, so I don't mind if we're having those at the same time as something new that is also a double farm tower, so it's not really wasting your time too much. So I really like that. I really like that they're actually like giving us more stuff now, especially because there have been so many events in the game now, and so many gachas and all that sort of stuff, where it kind of gets to the point where we really need to figure out how we can rerun stuff more, right? Because we're getting events way faster than we're getting reruns of all these events, so at some point we're gonna have like 100 events and only like 20 of them have ever had reruns, and that kind of sucks. So it seems like maybe what they're gonna do now, and this is what I wanted to bring up again, what I wanted to bring up earlier as well, is that now it's possible that we're getting a rerun together of an old event together with a new event at the same time in the future as well. And that means that, for example, if we look back down here at the spirit enhancement, it's possible that we could get an Azalea or an apartment complex a rerun at the same time as new content. And it still sucks though that we're not getting the gachas for these right now, but maybe when we actually get a rerun of that, maybe at that point we get it. But then at that point you also ask yourself, but then why are we getting the spirit enhancement right now? Why are we not getting the spirit enhancement with their with the reruns? And here's another thing: it's possible they have a special plan for Christmas or New Year's. And here's the plan that I'm going to prophesize. That is probably not going to be right, but I'm going to prophesize it anyway. We are very close to having every single character in the game have SE. I think the only characters in the entire game that are missing SE are the old OG Magius, which is Nemu, Toka, Worst Girl, and Ui. So they're missing, and Susune and Chisato and whatever, because they got a rerun of their event right before SE released. And then Susune event 2 happened, and Matsuri and everyone else got SE, but Susune didn't. So she was the last character to not get SE. So with only that missing, it's possible that before Christmas they're giving us Susune and Magius SEs, and at that point, when every single character has SE, maybe for Christmas or for New Year's, they're going to unlock the spirit boards to allow us to go to 100 nodes. Probably using some special item that you use to unlock nodes. That is potentially possible, and that is why it's possible why they're doing this right here, so they can get this in time for Christmas and New Year's. But like I said, it's just a theory, a MagiReco theory. So we have mirrors ranking, of course, as I said earlier. It's just regular mirrors ranking. Just do what you always did. It doesn't really matter. However, despite all of this going on, we even have this right here. It's a 1200 days since release special bonus event. It's not a real gameplay event like the other events, but still, it's another thing that's happening. Wow, more stuff. We have another bag for 500 paid gems. 500 paid gems. Oh my god. What do you get? You get a shit ton of materials. By the way, if you're an NA refugee and you've never seen this thing on the very right, that is a vessel of remembrance or whatever it's called. That item just allows you to reset someone's SE spirit board, which you should never even require unless you did SE before watching my videos. But yeah, if you watch my SE videos, you should never ever need this ever. But yeah, you also get an innocent gem. What is an innocent gem? An innocent gem can be used to give any character another slot, including Kodo. So usually you might think to yourself, well then why isn't this a ticket for choose your own magic girls? Well, because it's just more comfortable to just have one item that you can use to give anyone a slot compared to here's a list of every single character in the entire game, every single one, pick the one you want. It's just more comfortable to do it this way. So that's why Innocent Gem exists, so you can use that. And more importantly, You can use this to give, of course, a slot to an otherwise limited character. So, for example, if you have Valentine's Nagisa on 3 slots or whatever, and you want it to be 4 slots, you can use an instant gem on her with 500 paid stones from here, and you can do that. Awesome. What else is there? Well, the regular thing is like half AP and double experience points, and it's like, yeah, whatever, usual stuff. For just logging in, you get a 10 times ticket, which will be delivered in the next like 3 or 4 days. And here's, I think, oh yeah, for some reason it also mentions, hey guys, did you remember these guys are getting spirit enhancement, like the Konoha and Iron Man whatever spirit enhancement guys, you know, this news right here. They just reprinted the same news up here, I don't know why. More importantly though, here's the juicy bit. It's actually not that juicy, it's interesting. Here's the interesting bit. It seems like they're making a permanent change to AP pots. I say permanent, or potentially permanent, because it doesn't mention an end date for this. It just says starting from the 27th. Starting from the 27th, every AP pot you use will not just give you your maximum AP that you could have. Like for example, if you have a max of 120 AP, then a pink AP pot would give you 120. No, you will now get 3 times that. You will get 360 AP if you had 120 max AP. You will now get triple your max AP from a pink pot, apparently, unless I read this wrong, but I mean, they even give examples down here. I'm 100% certain exactly how this is going to work, because as far as I know, isn't there like a maximum number of AP you can even possibly have? I'm not 100% certain, but that's at least the way it sounds to me. You would have to test this out in-game exactly how this works. However, I don't think this change is actually that important, because I have like 400 AP, but like everyone who has played JP for a while has like a few hundreds of AP pots lying around. Like AP is not really an issue. But if you were a really new player and for some reason you don't have AP pots because maybe you wasted a bunch of them on nothing, maybe this will help you. This will definitely help you getting into the game a bit more. So yeah, awesome. But that was that about all these news. Oh my god, so much new stuff, and it still took me only less than 20 minutes. Ha! Amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, whoa, and I'll see you guys next time.